Do you find it hard to control your thoughts? Are you constantly in a battle between yourself and yourself? This is your ego versus your soul, your fear versus your love. Which do you choose? It's a constant push and pull, and it's time to start letting the soul win. My name is Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. Our own biggest fucking enemy is our own mind, our own self, our past self versus our new self, our soul versus our ego versus our soul, our fear versus our love. And it's a constant battle. Like, you know, it's literally like a game of fucking tennis between the two. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like one thing. And it's constant. Like these are called ego deaths, ego battles, ego deaths, whatever you want to call them. This is when you're literally trying to fight yourself to be happy effectively. Because every time, and this happens all the time with our ego mind, it literally tries to pull us back. It's that caveman mentality. It's like, don't leave the fucking cave, you're going to get eaten by a saber tooth. No, you're not. Times have changed. You know, this is the mind, the part of your mind that keeps you from taking risks, from trying new things, from leaving your comfort zone, from leaving your own reality, from walking away from certain things or certain people. Do you know, it's just constant. This is the mind, the part of your mind that like literally tears you down, tells you you're wrong, tells you that you shouldn't have said that, tells you that you should, you know, that you fucked everything up, and just makes you spiral, makes you anxious, makes you know, constantly kind of worry. And that's what it is. It's like constant. Oh my God, it's constant. And like, it's really hard. Like on our ascension journey, we'll eventually come to be able to control this. But especially when we go through dark nights of the soul, or we're going through massive healing cycles, the ego gets fucking louder. Do you know what I mean? All of the shit comes back up. And it's really hard at the moment because we're going through massive tests, and we're being tested by the universe, we're being tested all around us, and we're being tested by our own mind. You know what I mean? It's literally, who do you trust? Who of you do you trust? Which part of you do you? And that's so hard because you're literally, you're trying to figure out who's telling you the truth. You're yourself or yourself. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, who's lying to me? And like, you know, I'll describe a little bit with the ego, right? The ego for me is that voice that comes in that stops me from doing anything new, stops me from doing anything healthy, stops me from doing anything good. And that's the thing. You know what I mean? It's like literally, it's like, you know, don't do that. It's like that. Every time I like to, you know, go for a walk or want to do a yoga session or do something healthy, don't do that. Sit under the blanket. Stay here. You don't have to move. Don't do that. Like, you know, you know. And like this happened to me so much. And like, you know, I'm still working on it, but I'm a lot better than I used to be. Simple fucking things. Do you know, anything that would make me feel better. Like, I'll give you an example. Like when I was, you know, when I was struggling with money and stuff, like, you know, the simple thing of even buying myself something for €1.50 or €2. You know, I'd be there kind of going, you don't need that. You know, you're fine. That's fine. No. You're grand. You don't treat yourself. That's like, you don't need that. Improvise. You'll be fine. And, you know, this kept happening to me. But then when I realized, you know, this was my ego. Like, for example, I got a free membership to my library. And I went in the first day and I saw these 2 books that I was like, oh my God, these are great books. I really want them. And my ego was like, yeah, but no, but like, you know, you can't take those books, you know? And then I was like, you have 3 weeks to collect these books for free, to read these books for free. And my mind was going, you don't really need them though, do you? These were books, like expensive books that like, it would have cost me a fortune if I went and bought them. And they were by authors that I loved, and I hadn't read them before. And I was still, my ego mind was going, you don't need them. I'm like, fuck you, ego mind. That's when I really knew how to start controlling my ego mind. And that's when I looked back and I saw, you know, anytime I try to do it, it still happens when I go back doing a breathwork session. Sometimes still happens when I'm doing my yoga. And it's like, yeah, you don't have to do it today. And this is what our ego will come in and say. Like, you know, this is in regards to moving forward or taking risks. But then when the ego comes in as a way of trying to break us down, and that's what it is. It breaks us down. It's like it reminds you of all the things you've been through, and it's like don't move forward, you know. And it's like really fear-based energy as well, really fear-based. Do you know what I mean? And it's making you think things that aren't real, because it's based on your past, based on generational conditioning as well. So it is literally trying to keep you stuck, and it's constant battle. It's tit for tat energy. You know, like if you're having a fight with somebody and it's tit for tat, this is what you do with yourself. But like if you're not, the problem is if you're not aware of this, or if you're not in control, the ego can spiral. So this can lead to anxiety and overthinking, and that's a fact. We're great novelists or storytellers, because our ego mind can create great fucking scenarios that aren't fucking true. It's a fact. And it's like, we're like, it's like the ego is a way with the fairies. It creates such a fucking far-fetched reality, and that's it. It will tell you, it won't even give you the worst case scenario. It'll give you the worst case scenario on top of the worst case scenario. And it's like, oh my God, everything's going to end if you move. If you do something healthy, you're going to die. This is fucked up. Like, it's a part of our conditioned, brainwashed mind telling us that it's not safe to do anything. Don't breathe. We have to breathe. But literally, the ego would stop you from breathing, because it'd be just like, don't do that, it's too scary. Do you know, and this is one thing I tell myself and tell to friends or clients as well. It's literally, your ego will come in, like you'll be excited about something, and you'll be, oh, so excited, I'm going to do this, and then like an hour later or a little while later, you're like, can't do that, no, this is too much, can't do it because this, can't do that, all these things come in, and you're like, oh my God, this happened for me this year. Like every time I started something new, my ego would come in, and I had some battles. It was massive battles. Like, I had to keep asking myself, is this because the energy of this situation isn't good, or is it because I'm afraid of my shit? Like, is it because it's new? Is it because it's unfamiliar? It was holding me back. It was, and it really was, because every time and this will happen with you guys. Every time you try something new, you'll be about to start, you'll be about to do it, and then you'll be like, yeah, but what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? What if this? And your mind goes on and on and on and on, and it's literally telling you, abort mission. It's like, get the fuck off. Go back under the fucking blanket. That's effectively what it's saying. And it's just like, oh my God, go away, mind. And yeah, it's this constant, as I said, battle. And it's we have to start to, first of all, become aware of our thoughts. And remember, we are not our thoughts. Thoughts are not real. The thoughts are just thoughts. The only way a thought can become real is if we spiral into it and create a reality from it. Do you know what I mean? So like, if you think just a random thought, let it go. I've done this analogy before. It's that baseball machine or the tennis machine shooting out all the balls. If you don't hit the first ball, all the balls are just going to hit you in the fucking face. This is like an ego thought. It's like that. If you don't catch that ego thought and say, fuck you, this is not real, the ego thought will spiral and go, ooh, have all of it, like all of the negativity, all of the fear, all of the pain, everything will just resurface. And it's just like you go back into that corner. And like, this is like, it's one of the hardest battles we have to face, really, is the battle of ourselves. The battle, we're literally battling we're fighting with our old self. So it's hard to know which to trust. Like, we've been conditioned not to trust our intuition. We've been conditioned not to trust our abilities and our awareness, or, don't trust your guide. Like, oh my God, don't trust your inner guidance. Like, it's called a gut instinct for a reason. It's truly guiding you in the right direction. And your soul really is guiding you in the right direction. The only thing that's guiding you off that path and back onto the path where everyone's walking off the fucking cliff is your ego mind. And it's like, oh, it is back to that. Who the fuck do you trust? Do you trust yourself, or do you trust yourself? Which side is true? And for me personally, the ego is loud, and it is, it's like nagging. It's like, it's repetitive. It's like, it's consistent. It's like overthinking. Whereas your intuition is soft. It's calm. You know what I mean? And it feels peaceful. So like, if you're getting these good feelings about something, or about someone, or about your career, or about anything, or about this next venture or this idea, that's what's true. When it feels calm, when it feels like it's flowing, that's true. And when you feel that energy and then all of a sudden your mind goes, no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, that's when you know. Trust the feeling of serenity, effectively. Trust that feeling of calm. If it makes you feel good, it means you should do it. And if your mind comes in and tells you, don't do the thing that makes you feel good, don't listen to your mind. It's a simple thing of, even eating healthy as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like, I won't have the whole packet of biscuits. I'll only have 3 biscuits. Then you open the packet of biscuits and then you get back up and you have another 3 and you have another 3. I don't buy biscuits much anymore because literally it's like that. Well, it used to be like that. Now I can actually sit down and have 3 biscuits. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like that. It's like, I'm going to start my diet on Monday. And then Monday comes like, no, you don't have to do it today. And it's just like, oh, fuck you, mind. Simple things like that. Like, and it's so annoying because it's literally, it's that self-discipline to control your ego. It really is. It's the self-discipline. And this, I think, boils down to our insecurities, because the ego will enhance or remind you of the insecurities you have, the unworthiness you have, that fear-based energy you have. And it will tell you you're not good enough. Tell you not to do this. Tell you what's the point in eating healthy? No one loves you anyway. This kind of fucking shit comes in. Do you know what I mean? And I say this is why you eat the whole fucking packet of biscuits. Like, no one's going to love me anyway. I'm going to eat it all. This is the energy of your ego fucking mind. Literally telling you you're a useless piece of shit. Like, so stay a useless piece of shit and don't move forward. And that's effectively it. So we have to start to understand our own mind and our own thoughts. And this is so important. If you want to heal your anxiety, your overthinking, this is the way to do it. It's by becoming aware of your thoughts, knowing that you're not your thoughts, and becoming aware of what is your truth and what is your fear. When it's fear, when it's a scary or a fear-based energy, let it go. Let it the fuck go. Because it doesn't have to be there. A lot of people are like, oh, you can't. No, you can. Thoughts are like, so just think of your thoughts like a pen. You're holding a pen. What you do, hold it really tight. Let it go. It's gone. Nice and relaxed. Do that with your thoughts. If your thought is negative, replace it with 3 positive ones. If your thought is negative, get it the fuck out of there. Like, I see myself lately with my ego battle, literally going to myself, because I'm aware now. So if my ego comes in, I'm like, and it says something, I'm like, I literally make a face and go, are you for fucking real? Or don't even go there. Do you know what I mean? I literally say that to myself, don't even go there. Do you know what I mean? And I literally have to tell myself to shut up, or, I don't like telling myself to shut up, but I have to say that to my ego mind. My ego comes in and I'm like, no. No. Not to fucking day, man. No way. So this is it. Control your mind, control your thoughts. Understand which is your truth and which is your false reality. What's your calm? Your intuition is calm. Trust that. Any negative energy, there's no need to worry. There isn't. We're worrying about things that don't exist or may never exist. We're creating fucking stories inside our heads. Do you know what I mean? Literally creating these mad, crazy stories in our heads. And none of it's true. None of it's true. We're literally in turmoil, over anxiety and over, oh my God, I'm after, oh Jesus, I did so wrong. No. No, you didn't. You're literally, your own mind is creating this massive scenario. Write a book about it. Because I'm telling you, it's a false reality. It's a story. It's fiction. Do you know? So it's about that battle. Literally separate. And the best thing about this, I remember when I was in fierce ego battles at the start, the ego would win. The ego would get louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. And my intuition just fell to the side. So I couldn't, it was like, it wasn't tit for tat. It was literally, they said something, my ego said something, and my soul went, okay, fine, I'll go back under my blanket. Whereas now, then it went from being like that to literally tit for tat. So literally my ego said something and my soul would be like, fuck you, no way. And now these days, it's literally like, I'm not even going to listen to that shit. So yeah, be aware that you have the power. You and you alone have the power to control your thoughts. You get to choose every day which thought you listen to. Are you going to listen to your ego or are you going to listen to your soul? And the more you listen to your soul, the stronger it gets and the quieter the ego will get. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a free discovery call today. No nothing more than to help you on your path. Also, I have another channel called Aligning with Angie, where I share a guided meditation every week. The info for that is in the description box.